Hey everybody, it's Mark Masters, Always Bookin Comedy. Monday night, Cole Wettersten.
Yep. Perfect.
Is that right? Hell yeah. Awesome, man. You are a Denver-based comedian, a skier, I think, right?
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about skiing a little bit. We have yet to talk about skiing after 100 and
Hell
whatever
yeah.
50 episodes. Yeah.
I mean, you run comedy in ski towns. I'm surprised that hasn't come up. I'm very
Yeah, well,
jealous.
not who's a big skier is Eddie Ift. I don't know if you know him. He runs some
Yes.
shows at the Comedy Store, and he's
Okay.
done Vail Comedy Show 3-4 years in a row. Big skier, him. There's
Okay.
some other comics who are big skiers. Dan Soder is a big skier, but he hasn't done any of my shows.
Okay.
Yeah. So when did
I'll
you
have
start?
to.
Were you one of these like 3-year-olds out on the slopes?
16 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
holy cow! Did you grow up
Yeah.
in a ski town?
I grew up in Winter Park, Colorado.
Oh, no way. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, that was actually my plan A. Comedy's the plan B. Uh
Yeah. Oh, you know
so
who's actually a huge skier that has done Vail Comedy Show is Andy Haynes. Do you know who that is?
I recognize that name.
Okay, he's a Comedy Cellar comic. His wife now, he's actually been married to two kind of famous comedians. Alice Wetterland was the first one. She's on I think it's called Resident Alien. It's had like three seasons. It's on Netflix. But
Yep.
his current wife is Rosebud Baker, who
Oh, okay.
just left. You've heard of her. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's been on he's got like a half hour on Comedy Central. He's passed at the Comedy Cellar. He just headlined the Vail Comedy Festival, and he's a huge skier. If you listen to podcast, he's been on Dan Soder's podcast talking about skiing, and he was, I think, maybe a similar thing to you was going pro, and
Yep.
his. Well, why don't you take over the story from there? What happened to Plan A
Well, what
for
happened?
you?
There's so much there. I was very, very good. I was competing in the freeride world qualifier circuit, uh, competing in the US and Canada, and I competing on the world level, which is, yeah, ta-da. That's yeah. And then a couple years in, doing good, kicking ass, living in a
How old are you
van.
at this point? Are you a teenager? Or are you like a
Oh,
20s?
okay. So, I mean, I competed from the age of 13 to the age of 21, so 8 years, semi-professionally. Um, and then what happened to Plan A? At age 21, I developed narcolepsy with cataplexy, and I started falling asleep while skiing. Essentially,
Whoa.
yeah.
Holy cow. What does cataplexy mean?
So cataplexy, that's the one that actually ended the ski career. Is So narcolepsy, my body falls asleep when I'm trying to do stuff. Cataplexy, uh, I get paralyzed essentially due to immense emotion, and so I would get so happy that I'm jumping off a cliff that I'd become paralyzed midair, and then I'd land without legs.
Holy cow.
And yeah,
Yeah, that's dangerous.
that's
Do you
Plan
still
A.
ski recreationally?
I do. I actually did my first competition in 4 years last season.
Okay.
I competed on snowblades, which are little foot and a
Yeah.
half long skis, and
Yeah. I know him.
yeah, I snuck my way into another world competition to do it, a world qualifier. It was a lot of fun. I was the first loser. I got the lowest minimum score without being a zero.
Okay.
Uh,
Where
that was
what
my
mountain was that at?
Kicking Horse, British Columbia. I lived there for 2 years when I was 20 or 19, 20.
Cool.
Yeah. Um,
That's neat. So
but
what's going on with the narcolepsy and cataplexy? Does that impact like driving or doing stand up? Or are you on
all of
medication?
the
You don't have to
above.
talk about any of this if you don't want to.
Oh no, you're all good. This is half my set. Don't worry. Uh,
Okay.
I no, so narcolepsy. I have fallen asleep on stage. Um,
No way.
yeah, that's happened. I typically don't fall on stage, mostly because I'm actually uncomfy on stage until immediately off stage, like walking off stage, I'll often fall
Huh.
because it's like, yay, I did it, type thing, and then I'll fall down. Um, and then skiing wise, narcolepsy has never hit me skiing wise, but cataplexy has. Kind of have to jump off cliffs without thinking about jumping off of cliffs in order to not get too happy and not get paralyzed.
Huh. So it's a
Uh,
mental thing.
it's very much a mental thing. I have to do a lot of mental gymnastics to do pretty much anything, including driving.
Huh.
Um, but yeah, you know,
Wild. Wild. So that's cool. This is a good segue into comedy. So this skiing and medical challenges is part of your act.
yes. I mean, I got so many different parts. I'm mostly a storyteller, but I mean, I live in a van. I used to be a semi-professional athlete. I have a very weird neurological disorder. And then there's all the regular things, dating, workplace, and all that. But I,
Wild.
yeah.
Let's talk about living in your van a little bit. I slept in my car for 3 nights last weekend. Wednesday, Thursday,
You're,
Friday night. Wait, give me a couple top pointers. What have you learned over the years living in a van?
oof. Um, freezing your eyes shut hurts. Waking up blind sucks. Get good insulation and a good heater.
What do you mean waking up
Uh,
blind?
I
Oh,
uh, I
freezing.
froze I froze my
Oh,
eyes shut, and so I couldn't open them. And
oh my goodness.
I was essentially,
What do you do? Just hold your hands over them to warm them up?
yeah, those were frozen too. But I
You gotta be careful,
accident.
dude. You're gonna die in there.
Oh yeah, that was before I knew I had narcolepsy, and I accidentally fell asleep in, well, yeah, mostly accidentally fell asleep in -40 degrees,
Oh my gosh.
and I got snow blindness without being near snow.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Uh, I
So
haven't
how do
gotten
you
that
if
story yet, but
you're I have a new rule that I won't sleep in my car if it's under 32 degrees. I used
that's
to
a
do that
very
all the
good
time. I would
idea.
I would chisel the ice off the inside of the windshield in the next
Yep.
morning. I'm sure you've experienced that.
Y-
Do
Yeah,
you
it's
do you have a way to heat your van when it's cold?
yeah. So I build vans that professionally during my day job now, and so I have all
Who do
the
you work for? Shout them out if you want to.
contravans. Go get some work done, people. Get
Contra vans?
contravans. It's pretty. I like the name.
Okay, cool.
Uh, uh, yeah, come by, make me some money at my day job.
Are they a
Uh,
Denver-based company? Where are they?
they're in Denver. They're in Commerce City, but yeah,
Okay, cool.
same thing.
Do they
The,
work on a specific shell?
nope. Anything you want.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I'm remodeling mine. I'm in mine right now. It's a
What's do
Ram.
you have a specialty? Are you like an electrical guy, a wood guy, or do you
I
do
came
everything?
in, I was a carpenter. I now am very good. I'm just good enough to be dangerous at a lot of different things. Um,
Okay.
so I'm technically an electrician and a plumber and a carpenter and a solar tech, and I will never pretend to be a mechanic, but I end up doing mechanic things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't put showers into vans, do you?
I'm gonna usually not. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to figure out a way to do it in mine, but
Indoor or
I
outdoor?
I do a lot of outdoor showers. I'm gonna put
Okay.
an indoor one in mine.
Interesting. Like a sitting
Yeah.
shower?
No, I'm basically good. I have a big floor area, and I'm gonna just cut the whole thing out. The whole floor flips up, and underneath will just be a shower drain, and uh it's gonna come out of nowhere because I am a big dude and I need a big shower, and so I'm pretty much half my van is gonna be shower
Can you
when
stand
I
up
want it
in
to
your
be.
van?
I am 6'3" and the van is 6'3".
Wow.
I
Okay. So it's one
yeah,
of these tall,
yeah,
like a sprinter type thing.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning, and when I got the frost, like you were talking about,
Yeah.
you can see exactly where I walked in the morning because my hair leaves a mark in the frost.
What do you call those kinds of vans? Like generically, like a Sprinter van, like because they're
Yeah,
Dodge
they're
has
mostly known
one.
as like sprinters, big cargo vans,
Okay.
conversion vans is, I guess, the main term is just a conversion van.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sweet. What's on your wish list for your van?
well, I've lived in it for 7 years, and I built it when I was 19, and I didn't know anything.
Okay.
And now I am very good at my job, so I am kind of, for years and years, people are like, "Oh, let see your van." I'm like, "This is the worst thing I've ever built, ever. Don't look at it. Please look at this $250,000 one I built for somebody else, please. This
Right.
is 8 grand and a lot of energy drinks is what happened here."
Yeah.
Um, but so now I'm kind of turning it into something I can brag about mostly. That way, when people are like, "Let me see your van," I'm like, "Oh, actually, this is what I am capable
So
of."
like
So
what
it's a
are a
lot of.
couple amenities or features that your
I
site
haven't had a sink in 7 years, so I'm getting a sink. Pretty
okay.
stoked about that.
Nice.
Um, I'm gonna have the shower, bigger fridge. I'm gonna have a guest bed for if I hit the road with comics.
Wow.
Um,
Like a bunking thing, like on top of each
yeah,
other? Okay.
yeah. So when I originally got the van as a semi-professional skier, so me and a buddy of mine could do the circuit together. And so I had a van roommate for months and months when I was
That's
a
incredible.
skier.
You don't hear that a lot.
Yeah, I had a van mate. I couldn't afford the van by myself, so I charged him rent.
Okay.
And he slept in the basement slash garage slash bottom bunk. So
Right. That's wild. Holy cow. We got a question from North Carolina as we loop back to skiing. Pretty basic for a winter park guy. Is the difference in the amount of people skiing during the week versus weekend noticeable?
yes. Um yes, and the level of skier is also noticeable.
Yeah, oh, that's interesting.
I will say that as well.
Not as good on the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
not as
bunch of
good. There's
tourists.
a high density of not as good on the
Okay.
weekends.
Yeah, folks skiing in jeans and whatnot.
Oh, I mean that's me, but
Okay, you ski in your jeans. Okay,
oh
so I guess that's
yeah,
not a measurement of skill. Uh,
there's people who do it ironically and unironically.
okay,
Uh, and I
what?
just I actually, bathrobe is my preferred. Skiing in a bathrobe is
Okay,
something everybody should do.
when it's warmer out or any temperature.
Eh, any temperature.
Okay, all
I
right,
don't recommend it when it's cold. Your knees are gonna get cold. Don't do any too big jumps or you'll flash everybody. But
nice,
I'm not
awesome.
speaking from experience.
Uh,
Uh,
so the way we met, I guess we met through a comedian once, but then another time it was because you run a comedy show, basically,
yep.
for a big national company, kind of
I
like a bigger national company.
I worked for, yeah, a
Can you,
bigger company.
yeah, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Joe McKenna for first introducing us, and
Yeah, Joe's the
then
best.
yeah, he's awesome. And then yeah, this company, they're called Next Stop Comedy. They run a bunch of shows pretty much all over the country. Met their local booker actually from skiing because everything seems to come full circle.
Okay,
Uh, and he thought I was funny during the car ride. And then I booked him on my own show that was independent of Next Stop.
okay,
Uh, and I kind of pride myself on the lineups I try to put together. Obviously, trying to get as many locals stage time as possible. But if somebody's passing through, they're getting stage time too. I understand being a road comic and you need money so desperately. Um, so I try to really build a good lineup of good balance of different people who are going to have different types of jokes. And he went did the show for me, kind of paid attention to the lineups I kept putting together. And one day he got a big boy job and he was like, "Hey, I already asked Joe McKenna, so you're my second choice."
Okay.
I'm pretty sure is how it went. Uh, I don't know if he actually asked Joe McKenna, but I'm pretty sure. I'm 98% sure that's what happened.
Okay.
And then yeah, the rest is history. I
So
ended
he
up
passed it off to you.
He passed it off to me, just the booking,
Okay.
um, which is honestly
What does that
perfect for
look like?
me.
What, like, how far out are you booking? How many shows are we talking about? Where?
I like to pretend like I'm responsible and I book 2 months in advance.
Okay.
Uh, I usually book my headliners at least. Yeah, I tend to book headliners 2 months in advance, and like features and hosts like a month and a half in advance.
Okay.
Try to get those good headliners before they're gobbled up. And then features are pretty easy after that. But I kind of like make the book as I go. So depending on which headliner I get, I want to make sure I have features that don't have the same jokes as them, and so I kind of just cycle it down and down and down
Yeah.
until I have what I think is a perfect lineup for that week. And
Nice.
I also take the venue into account and all that. So
Do you want to shout out any headliners you love working with that are especially funny?
Corey David, go-to headliner. Matt Kobos just killed for me in Fort Collins.
Nice.
I do a lot of local headliners. Mike Stanley. Um, let's see here. BK Sherrod.
Nice. I
I
just
got Georgia Comstock coming up this month.
so funny. She's great.
Yeah,
Yeah. She rules. Cool. So these shows, how many comics are you putting on a show typically?
4 to 5. Um, one headliner, one feature, one host, and then one just regular 10 to 15 minute act. And then if I have a bigger budget, then I'll throw money to somebody else and give them a spot.
Okay.
But typically it's a 90-minute show. So 5 makes it short, just a little shorter for everybody. 4 makes it just a little long for everybody. So depending on what comics I have and how much time I trust them with,
Yeah.
that kind of dictates the 4 to 5 rule.
And are you on these shows?
I often host.
Okay.
Um,
Nice.
just because I mean I got all my speaker equipment, and if I'm going to go there and set up a bunch of speakers, I might as well give myself some stage time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I do that. Tell me about that kind of setup. Like, how do you find out how far in advance do you get your assignments or whatever you want to call them?
Okay. Typically I get my assignments 2 to 3 months in advance. That's why I can't really book headliners that uh quickly, but there's some reoccurring shows where I mean I know that we have this reoccurring show, every brewing company in Boulder, please be right.
What's the name of the brewing
Uh
company?
Avery Brewing Company.
Avery. Oh yeah, Avery. Yeah, that's
I
Boulder.
think that's
Pretty
Boulder,
sure.
yeah. So that's a monthly or a bi-monthly, and so I know that that's going to be happening for the next 8 months.
Okay.
But some of the newer shows or the one-off shows or um, shows that just want to try it out, venues that just want to try out comedy, see how it works for them. I typically don't know about those until like 2 to 3 months in advance. And then hopefully they come back. We had 3 new shows last month, and 2 of them came back, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool. And it is all over Colorado?
all over Colorado, mostly on the Front Range.
Okay.
We don't really get into the mountains much. The farthest we go is, I believe, Busy Brews in Netherland. We just
Okay.
started doing a show in Netherland.
Nice.
Um, and then we go as far south as like Monument, Colorado Springs, as far north. Well, actually, we just started doing Wyoming, so I started booking Wyoming shows.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
And next stop, they sell the tickets, they take care of attendance. Do you have an idea as you're going to the show if it's going to be sold out or
It's it typically at least 20 tickets. I can look. I end up getting so busy with everything else that I forget to look at ticket sales
Okay.
until I'm at the venue, and then I'm like, oh well, 20 tickets, we'll get this going. Oh, 66 tickets. All right. I need more tables, please.
Okay.
Um,
Do you ever have to
but
bring chairs?
I don't have a place to keep chairs. Most of
Okay.
the venues have chairs or seating, typically no standing room. The venues actually will tell us what their capacity is beforehand, and so we will sell out the show. And now I would argue that we should maybe bring some chairs because more that 166 show, more people wanted to come for sure.
Right.
Uh, and yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good gig for me. I liked the lining up of comics more than any of the other aspects of producing when I had my own show. You get to talk to the comics, have fun with the comics, and then just put your freaking golden lineup together.
Yeah.
And so that's most of what I get to do.
And then at the end of the
I
show, if the audience had a great time, you feel you did it. You
Yeah,
were
exactly.
kind of the glue that made that happen. It's rewarding.
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously, there's all the cool aspects of the rest of production. Um, but truly knowing that the lineup is good and only having to focus on that is very convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So when you were thinking about possibly adding capacity to a venue, how would that work if you did it? Would you like rent the chairs from a company?
Um, well, they had a hole outside that they didn't want to move the outside chairs in for just because they had
Oh,
these giant tables.
okay.
Uh, and to be fair, I was not stoked about moving the giant tables either. But
Yeah.
anything for comedy,
Yeah.
so I could rent chairs. I know there's plenty of film and other production companies or people I could borrow chairs from, but in the end, I think that ended up being pretty good. It was still a pretty tight room. Just the massive tables kind of acted as some pocket holes. So,
Yeah.
but and I mean, as soon as the laughs start going, nobody notices that. So
Right. Um, well, that's pretty exciting. That's cool. Uh, have you ever done comedy in Winter Park?
I have not. I know exactly who books the local shows in Ware Park. I know I could do it in an instant if I wanted to. I have been avoiding my hometown like the plague. Uh,
You don't want your
I'm not
family
ready
to
to
come
bring it
see
home
you.
yet.
Yeah.
Just because it is a small town, and depending on how the show goes, the whole town will know.
Yeah.
Given a few of my buddies have come up and seen me perform, especially if I'm at New Talent Night at Comedy Works or they come to my own shows. I've had them come up and see me, and so the town knows what I'm up to, for sure.
Yeah.
And so far, I think I got good reviews. I was just there this past weekend. Went and the pizza guy was like, "Oh my god!" His name's Pizza Johnny. I've known him forever. There's small town things. You have a guy named Cowboy and a guy only known as Pizza Johnny, and they own a pizza joint together. Nobody knows who Cowboy's real name is. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Uh, but small town things like that. And yeah, they know what I'm up to. So it's pretty cool to go back there, but I'm not ready to bring the whole stage and everything
Yeah.
back with me.
Yeah. Heard. So do you get out on the road much? Like do your own uh
Um,
stuff?
when I can, one of the biggest mistakes I've made in comedy so far is I got a day job I really like. Uh, so when I can, I'll go out or I'll fly out. I like going to uh, New Orleans for some reason.
Oh, I was just there. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Um, well, there's a really cheap
And I'll be
hostel
back
for
there later this month.
$22 a night. What?
Yeah, and I'll be back there later this month. I actually, this is kind of interesting. I slept in my car for 3 nights in New Orleans. I was very nervous about it going in, but it worked out great.
I highly recommend an app called iOverlander.
Ooh,
That is a boondocking app. So everybody who lives in a van or a car kind of tracks the good spots. And so I actually did drive through New Orleans, and I slept on the street for about a week, about 3 blocks from the French Quarter.
wow.
And yeah, and nobody bothered me at all for the whole week.
Huh.
It was pretty cool. Uh, that was the first time I went there. Second time, kind of got to met a headliner at the first night, and he needed an opener the next night, so just
Nice.
started hanging out with him for the next 3 days, and then perfect. And he's a Vegas comic, so he had money, and it was fantastic. I didn't have
That's
to
cool.
spend any money for the whole weekend.
Nice. You want to shout out his name or you want to keep him anonymous?
Comedian Tricks, go watch Comedian
Oh, I
Tricks.
know Tricks. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
I've met him. I wouldn't say I know him. So funny. Holy cow. He's
yeah.
awesome.
He came by Denver Comedy Works South last year, and I watched him. And I was like, oh man, is he gonna remember me? Is he gonna? I only I mean, I get we had like a kind of a cool weekend chilling in New Orleans. And I was like, is he gonna remember me? And I was just in line walking out of his show. And then all of a sudden, Cole, like in front of everybody. And I was like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm at a Comedy Works after party. And I was like, all right, I guess he did remember me. And that's just how nice of a guy he is. So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
he's excellent.
How are the shows in New Orleans?
Um, Obviously, everybody's drunk. So my long form storytelling isn't the greatest
Okay.
for a drunk audience, but I started as a one-liner comic,
Okay.
so I have a bunch of one-liners throughout all my stories, and I kind of get them. It's kind of nice because I'll have my story people over here who are paying attention, and then I'll gather back some of the people with the one-liners, and then go back to my story people. Um, I actually don't mind the drunk audiences of New Orleans. Uh, and then the rowdiness. I started in New York, and one of the biggest things I miss about performing in New York is performing for black rooms. And
Yeah.
so in New Orleans, I get to do that, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so nice. I don't know why that's my target audience. It makes
They're
no sense.
fun.
I'm
Those
the
shows,
whitest person.
I just did my
Yeah,
very first urban show and it
nice.
was awesome. It was a blast. It was really fun. I'd like to
Yeah.
do more of it. Is there anything like that in Denver?
Uh, the improv.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Not really. Um, not to the extent of what you'll have in, like, I did shows in the South Bronx and New Orleans. Um, why I'm funny? I have no idea. I'm the whitest person they could ever watch, but
I'm
um,
sure you're making fun of yourself and
yeah,
you're unique and original on that lineup and
true.
yeah.
So no, short answer, no, not in Denver, not in probably Colorado. I
Okay.
might have to check out the Springs a little bit more.
Okay.
But short answer, no, just because people might think Denver has black rooms until you go to a actual black room and perform for where you're
Right.
the only white dude anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, 200.
Yeah,
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 that was my experience. It was
yeah,
pretty crazy. It was fun. I mean,
it,
what a party. Holy cow.
yeah.
It taught me a lot about show producing and running comedy shows, just seeing how much fun the audience was having. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's like it's a party that has a comedy
I was gonna
show.
say,
Yeah.
yeah. Definitely have to do a bit more crowd work and gathering to keep the attention, but also that's how you know you're doing well. Because it is slightly harder to keep the attention, but when you have it, god damn, you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. That's cool background. All right, we got to start winding this down.
yeah.
Where can people find you? What are you excited about? We're coming up on next year's coming up any second now. Any big goals for next year?
I'm going to have a van that I can actually live in. You can find me at Cole Wettersten on Instagram, Facebook. I have a weekly open mic, Crazy Mountain open mic, every Friday night. It starts at 7 and it's music and comedy.
Okay.
So
Is that the one downtown?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like
I've had
near
a lot
Coors
of
Field, but a few like
not
4 or 5
quite.
blocks away. Where
It
is it?
is right around the corner from the Ogden.
Oh, that's not
So
where I was thinking.
not
Okay,
really downtown.
Colfax
It's downtown
area.
adjacent.
Okay,
But we got a good group of people that keeps coming in, and it's always a vibe. It is very much a party with a open mic happening.
nice.
Uh,
I'll have to come check it out.
and
What time is sign up?
sign-ups at 6:30,
Okay.
and it goes until close, and usually past close. So
What time is close?
close is 10. It's the earliest closing bar in Denver. I don't know why, but we end up usually going until 11. So
Okay, cool. Thank
yeah.
you for running a mic.
Yeah, it's I haven't been there in about a month, but I do run a
Okay,
mic and I
okay.
keep getting
You got
guest
guest
hosts.
hosts? Nice.
Yeah. But I'll be back there this weekend and it'll be fun. I
Awesome. Well,
miss
this was
it.
a ton of fun. Thanks, Cole. Stick around for a second. And
Yeah, of
everybody have
course.
a great week. We'll see you next time.